Hello everybody, this is the Retro Bear speaking to you from the gaming pantry. Good evening, good afternoon even. It's a very sunny afternoon. We have the curtain shut because the sunlight is playing havoc with my lighting system this afternoon. So I've appeared slightly darker and with a hint of orange more than I usually do. That's because it's either too much or too little sunlight coming in here. It's one of the disadvantages of working in a pantry, I'm afraid. Anyway, welcome to a combination video, which is going to be talking about PlayStation Month. Because why am I talking about PlayStation Month again? I just want to tell you what I've been doing, and results of a fantastic YouTube meetup which I had on Saturday just gone, which would be the 9th of April. In the meantime, I hope you are well, and I hope things are going swimmingly for you during this month of April, which is PlayStation Month. Yes, we'll talk about PlayStation Month very, very quickly. If you're not aware what's going on, my very good friend Eddie Rollercore decided, or put a video up, to try and encourage people to play PlayStation games during the month of April. My last video threw my hat into the ring saying, yes, I'm going to do it. So this week's game in the background is Gran Turismo 2 on the PlayStation 1. I'll show you this. There we go. This isn't one of the games I'm playing, by the way. And I'll be very, very careful because, there we go. When I recorded this not long ago, I put it back on there and clipped the mouse. And the mouse stopped the video, so I actually talked for another 20 minutes or so, did my last video, and then went to find it and realised there was nothing recorded apart from the first 30 seconds. So hopefully this is like take two, otherwise it might, I don't know. Technical problem, marred by technical problems. If you don't know what PlayStation Month is all about, it's an opportunity for you during the month of April to pick up a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Vita, PSP, Go, whatever they're called, yeah, those sort of things, and have a go and just play backlog. Don't play games you played already. Don't play games that you enjoy playing. Pick up games that you bought ages ago off your shelf and have a go at them. If you're out and about, buy obscure PlayStation games you've never even heard of, give them a go, even if they cost you £1 or something like that. Just go through your backlog and pick some fun stuff out and have a bit of fun with it. I said in my last video, which I'll put a link in if you don't know what I'm talking about, which have a link to Eddie's video in it as well, that I was going to join in. I've had a good week playing some PlayStation 1 games. It's been fantastic. Really good. Who thought playing games would be fun? I never knew that. The concept is alien to me. But playing PlayStation games is really, really good. I've had a great week. I've played 4 or 5 so far. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a video up, 2 videos up a week, relating to PlayStation Month, so must play a PlayStation Month. There might be a video like that, this thrown in there, but the other videos I should put up will be one which will show you the introductions to each of the PlayStation games I'm playing. So I'll be recording the intros, and then the second video I'll do, it'll just be me just showing you the games and talking over some of the gameplay. You can do it your own way. You can wait until the end of the month to put a video out. You don't have to put a video out. You can just post online to one of those, was it Instant Whip and Twitter and stuff like that, and Fartbook. Yeah, those things people use that I don't. And you can put it on there and tell people what you've been doing, try and encourage people to do it as well. So I'm doing PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing one a week for the month of April. That's all I've got, so I can't do anything else with it. But yeah, pick games you never played before. Don't go for the easy ones. And I say that I have tried to stay away from it. It's not been easy, but then I did try and play 2 games that I had previously. Excuse me, I'll just do this. And then I realised what I was doing. I thought, you know what? No, I've got to play the games that I've been sitting there for a long time and give them a go. So give it a go. Join in, have some fun. Anyway, in the meantime, let's recapture the big event. The reason why I'm here talking to you today, or this morning, or this evening, whenever you're watching this, is that on Saturday the 9th of April, I had a visit from You Tubers who I've been speaking to for what seems like centuries, probably because we're all old. Although with the exception of Joe, who was with us, who came as well. Yes, I was visited by the YouTube enigma that is David Retro Games Played Badly, and the YouTube sensation who is Retro Games Revive Sean, and Joe as well came along. Joe, you may have listened to some of our Fall Guys Fridays going back a few months. Joe was playing with us originally, and Joe, I hope we will get you back involved again. We had a chat about that yesterday, about trying to get back to do some of the where we started doing Fall Guys as well, but we'll have a chat about that, I'm pretty sure of it. So they came down to see me. Sean was we're going to see Dana at Hidden Chest Gaming, who thankfully has taken down those missing signs of me outside the shop we mentioned yesterday. I am live and well, as you can see. So Sean had some stuff that Dana agreed to buy off him, I think, and then we went to Vintage Game as well, because it's not very far from there. We had to go past it on the way and back from Hidden Chest, so we called in there as well, because neither of the lads have been to either of those shops before, so and Joe as well, because Joe picked a few things up at Dana's, which was good to see her do as well. And they called in here first to meet me, and it's the first time I've met these guys ever, which is brilliant, because me and David have probably been speaking for the best part of 3.5 years via YouTube and our own WhatsApp channel where we message each other once every 3 months. It's great, you know. That's the best way WhatsApp application can run. You get a message, 5 times a year. Brilliant. And Sean, obviously, I think I was Sean's very first subscriber. And I've known Sean since he started, haven't I? There we go, since he started. And obviously Sean's in part of our TMB podcast we do. And one of the nicest people on YouTube, one of the most generous people you can come across. And, when these guys turned up, you just don't give them you can't handshake these people. You have to give them a hug as well, because you've known them that long. And it was just brilliant. They came about 11 o'clock on a Saturday, came in for a cup of tea and a bit of a rest after the journey. That's a good 2 hours or so from where they came. Met Mrs. Bear, gave them the guided tour of the pantry and the games room, given the game. Mrs. Bear took them down and showed them some of the stuff she'd been working through on the repairs, and we sat round talking, and it was great. And pretty much from the out the door, we hit it off. And I think it's fantastic that after so long, after seeing people flat for the best part of 3.5 years, because I think we had a pandemic in between this still. So, you no longer look at people on a television screen or a tablet or a phone. They have dimensions, look, it's 3D, they've got shapes and contours to them. I said to Dana when I first met him a couple of years back, I said, you're not as flat as you look on the telly, And it's quite funny, because I always thought Sean was taller. I always thought I always thought Sean was taller than he actually is. And I always thought David was shorter than he actually was, but David sits down a lot on his videos. I didn't just stand up in something, but mostly he sat down in front of his game collection, his telly. So I thought he was actually shorter, but he's actually taller than he looks. So he's taller than me and shorter than me, about the same height. So I was quite surprised at that. It's really weird. So I'll put a picture up, and I may put a picture up by now so you can see what they look like. But it was it was great. It was really, really good fun, and it was great to chat with them. So we headed off to do all the shopping and stuff. After we went around all the shops, we came back to my house. Guys had to sit down a couple. We had to sit down a couple to do a bit of a catch up, because we are getting on a bit. I combine age, probably something in the region around about 100 and something or other, 60-ish possibly. I don't know, 150-ish. I don't know how old we all really are, but 3 old men. It's a long old day, that is now, and especially when we were in Vintage Game, we're looking through some of the 8-bit stuff. We had to get it all down because they stacked it all up, and so I had to get the set of ladders out. It was designated because I was probably either the least expendable or less likely to keel over and drop stuff. That, bear in mind, my track record on my video dropping stuff is not the best thing to do, so I was going up ladders and hauling down boxes and passing them to Sean, and he was going through them. I won't spoil what the lads got, by the way, because I know they want to do their own pickups videos, but they got a few things. I didn't get a fat lot, but I'll talk you through what I got in a minute. But it was just a brilliant day out, and when you meet people after so long that you've been speaking to them, it really is one of the most special things to hit it off in real life as well. And I would thoroughly encourage people to do it. If you've not had the opportunity to meet other people from YouTube yet, and whether there's an event or there's people close to you at hand, just do it. I mean, I've done 5 or 6 probably of these now, only like small ones, because I tend to work better in small groups. I don't know. I think the more people there are, the quieter I get, or the more into the background I tend to sort of slip and stay away from. Whereas the number of people I've met so far, small numbers, I tend to be quite better with. And I think I was probably surprised them a little bit yesterday, because there are 2 retro bears. I say, I am very. There's no difference between me on camera and me off camera. It's a little bit of a more edgy side off camera. That's the retro bear who says what he thinks and doesn't really care. Whereas the retro bear on camera tends to, very much keep it on a PG level. And I was surprised Joe with a few things I said yesterday. But yeah, if you get to meet me, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Anyway, in the meantime, let's have a quick talk about what I picked up. And again, I've been filming this for the second time now. Got to do this all again. I wanted to get something a bit special because obviously the lad's coming down and it was a big special day out. And I thought, you know what, I really want to get something to mark the occasion, but I just couldn't find anything that really appealed to me, which is a bit of a shame. But I did find this rummaging at the back of Nick's shop, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab that because I haven't seen them very often. David then did say to me, he said, well, I've seen a few of those before. He says they're not, you know, you don't see them all that often, but I've seen some in the past. I thought, oh, okay. So how rare is this? And I thought, well, do you know what? I'm going to grab it anyway. So I managed to pick up a dance control pad for the PlayStation because it's PlayStation. So it's PlayStation 1 it says, but obviously being the PlayStation connection on the back, I dare say it's going to work with PlayStation 2. Now, because I don't have the space, I have the games. You're not surprised to hear that I have the games to play on I have the dancing games to play, both on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. So I picked this up. It does come with a bag. Box is a bit squished, but I think we could probably work on that. And all it is, it's this. You might be able to try and get the angle. There we go. So it is a dance mat shrunk. And they call it scaled out now. Was it a 1/10 scale or something like that? I don't know. Probably completely wrong. But yeah, so you've got the 4 control directions, and then you've got the symbol action buttons, and then across the top you've got the left and right buttons, and then the start and select in the middle. So yeah, it's a bit. I've never seen one of these before. I've never seen one. It says "stay cool" in the middle, which I think is the last thing you would do if you bought this or were seen buying it. But also apparently you can use it as a directional control pad if you ever fancy playing Metal Gear Solid with that. Have a go. But I've never seen one. I've never seen one of these before. I haven't got the people who visited the gaming pantry. You've seen the game tools now, the game room tools. But people who visited the gaming pantry actually say it is as small as it looks on the telly, if not smaller. So that they will know immediately there is a lack of space in here to play dancing mat games. And I must be one of the very few people in the world who's never actually owned a PlayStation dance mat. Yes, I know, you can't actually believe that, can you? I have one for the Wii. Oh yes, I have a Wii dance mat, but I don't have a PlayStation one. So yes, it was quite thrilling to find that. Again, it was rummaging around in the back of Nick's shop, but I must be honest with you, I've never seen one before. I thought, you know what, it's a special day. I wanted to get something a bit special. I know that's not exactly a bit special, is it? It's anything but special. It's a useless piece of plastic tat, as David would say if he was sat here next to me. But yeah, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get that and have a bit of fun with it. So it's PlayStation month, why not? I'll do it that way. So that's the only thing I picked up. And I know the lads will do their own pickups on their own videos, so go and watch those if you get the chance to do so. And then we got back to my house after we did that. So again, we set out. We left here. They got here about 11 o'clock. We left here about 20 to 1. We got back here about 4:45 after doing the 2 shops. And the guys and Joe stayed for a drink. Bit of a sit down, bit of a catch up. And just before 6 o'clock, they headed home. So it was a long old day. You know, we need these sit down afterwards before we have to do anything else. And getting back up again was really, really difficult. Oh yeah, when you get to my age, 46 and a half, it gets a lot difficult to bend down all the time and pick things up and look at shelves and whatever without actually requiring assistance from somebody to get back up again, or hoping there's somebody with you who can give you a lift, because if they don't, it's going to be a bit painful. Right, I didn't press the right button, and there we go. Anyway, David had a box of stuff in the back of his car, which he said we brought it in there, so you're very welcome to have whatever you want out of there. And there's some PlayStation stuff, one PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, so a couple of NES boxes in there as well. I think what he was hoping to do was hope me and Sean would clear the box out. We actually went home with 95% of the contents of it again, because even we didn't want it. It's not to say that there wasn't any good stuff in there, because I've picked a few things out of it, but a lot of the stuff I got, I'm not sure whether Sean would collected some of it as well. But very generous of you to do that, David. Thank you so much indeed for your generosity, and it was really appreciated that you said to take what you want, don't want anything for it, have it. It was really, really good. So I said it wasn't an awful lot in there. I actually got one thing here, Dave, that I must say I've already got. It's my own fault for thinking I hadn't. But I should have checked my phone because I sat there on it. I should have checked it. So the first game I got was a PlayStation 3 game, which I'm going to, if that's okay with you, my friend, going to stick in my sort of swapping pile. Which I've got a swapping pile. I haven't got a swapping pile. I've got a tiny collection of stuff that I don't have the need for. But the first one I got was Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City on the PlayStation 3, which has the 2 episodes. Lost and the Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony. I've already got this. I thought it was GTA 4. Well, actually, GTA 4 is the one I haven't got. I thought this was the one I hadn't got, but no, it turns out I have got it. But yeah, it's in lovely condition. It's got the map inside as well, so if that's okay with you, David, I will look to pass it on to somebody else as a way of a mistake picking it up. These 2 games here, however, I hadn't got, and I've checked since. Both racing games. I'm really thrilled to have certainly one of these here. The first one I'm going to show you is this one, which is Barger Edge of Control. Now I know there's a Barger game on the Wii, which I picked up ages ago, and very, very quickly David bought 3 copies of this because he's got a 3-screen racing setup with a racing, I think rig, is it? I don't know, I can't remember. But you need 3 copies of the game to play in 3 separate Xbox 360s, because apparently you can do that with this game, except apparently when he got home and he started doing it, you couldn't do it with it. So he had 3 copies of this, so I think he's moved one on, so this was the one he had left over. So I do like a racing game, so I thought, well, I'll grab hold of that one. That's the one that I'm going to show you in a minute, falling on the floor. But yes, that was quite nice to get hold of that one as well. Yeah, I've dropped that one as well. There we go. See, I dropped stuff in one of the shops yesterday. I keep telling people it's not a gimmick. I do drop stuff. Perhaps I should see a doctor. I don't know. So, Barger Edge of Control, which now appears to be 4 pieces on the floor at the moment. Now, this one I was absolutely thrilled because some people, I just struggle to find this game cheap and I won't buy it full price. And it's such a generous gift, it really is. So I got Forza Horizon 2. I think I got to the box first before Sean did. I don't know if you wanted that, Sean. Sorry, mate, if you did. I got in there first. I don't think you did. But I was absolutely delighted to find that in there. So, David, thank you so much. I really appreciate this as a gift. Brilliant. I've got first one on the original Xbox, and I've got the other 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the Xbox 360, but I haven't got the first game. So, really thrilled to have that, and I will be giving that a go. I shan't drop it. But yeah, brilliant stuff, that. And then finally, the last game I got out of there, because there was a few odd bits in there. There was a couple of empty NES boxes for games that I don't have. I've got 2 NES box games altogether, and one of those empty boxes was one of the games I already got boxed. If that makes any sense. So, but there's some nice little stuff there. But I got pretty much everything else. The only one I picked that was a loose cartridge. Now, none of us are a fan of this genre. There are people who are a fan of this genre, but me, Dave, and Sean aren't a fan of this genre. I think Joe isn't a fan either, though she does like Mortal Kombat, I think she was saying. And I thought, well, perhaps at some point in the future we might do a fighting game genre month, or we might do a Super Nintendo month. So there's a Super Nintendo loose cartridge in here, and I thought, well, I'll grab it because you never know, do you? And this is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It's very unusual for me to grab that. Now, it is the UK version as well. I want to show you on the back. But no, I thought I'd grab that because at some point in the future I may want to give it a go. And as I said, Dave was very happy for us to have anything out of the box. Sean said he wasn't interested in it. So I really, again, another very generous gift there from David. So, yeah, I was just thrilled to have that. He put a nice cherry on the top of the cake for yesterday because it was a fantastic day. It really was, and I hope we do it again in the very, very near future. It was lovely to meet Joe as well. Love playing Fall Guys with Joe online as well, and hopefully we will do that again at some point in the future as well. But yeah, so that's it. That's really all there is to show. Don't forget PlayStation Month. I said at the start, play your PlayStation backlog. Any system, anything with a PlayStation logo on it, give it a go. Play the games that you bought 5 years ago and thought, I remember that, why did I buy that for? And then give it a go and see how, if it's any good. If it's rubbish, it's rubbish. Post the results to social media. Tell people what you've been doing. And then what I will hopefully do, the plan is to do 2 videos a week, showing the games I've played, and then going into a bit more detail about them as well, just to whet your appetites a little bit. Right, well, in that case then, I'm run out of things to say. If you, for some reason, have enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like even more, subscribe. That's why that button is there. And if you really want to sort of submit yourself to more torture, there's a bell there. You tick that, it'll tell you when I'm putting more videos up. Hey, interesting, isn't it? That's how it all works, this. But in the meantime, that's it. Thanks very much indeed for watching. This is the Retro Bear from the Gaming Pantry saying toodaloo, keep gaming, enjoy PlayStation Month, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.